Our second season as Wolves manager starts today. Obviously, we've got Champions League football this season, which means I've been busy in the transfer market. How's it going, guys? My name is Jakefog and welcome back to episode number 9 of the Chasing Pack, here today with Wolverhampton Wanderers. And today we're kicking off season 2. We're going to play one game today, Crystal Palace at home in the league. But obviously it's the first episode of a new season. We all know what that means. Transfers and more transfers. Obviously this season it's our first crack at the Champions League. A little bit of a spoiler alert, if you did miss the last episode, we did actually end up finishing 4th in the league, meaning that we do go straight into the group stages of the Champions League, which is, I didn't expect it. I was hoping for European football. I kind of thought maybe 7th or 6th, potentially getting Europa League or that new Euro Cup 2 thing. I know it was in the game last year, but obviously this year you go straight into it after the first season. So yeah, to finish in the top 4 was pretty surprising. I was definitely not expecting it, but I'm pleased that we did. And obviously Champions League, more matches, stronger squad needed, more squad depth needed, and to be honest, I'm pretty happy with the transfers. But as always, before I do get into the video, if you do enjoy, please do be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, you are not yet already subscribed. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help me out. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk about the summer activity, starting with a few outs. Don't worry, nothing major, apart from one that you kind of already know about. So obviously, the big out, Willy Bolly. I already mentioned this in a previous video, and funny fact, in that video, someone unsubscribed. So I apologise to that person that I offended by forgetting to renew Willy Bolly's contract, and PSG offered him a contract and he accepted it. A big mistake, it's safe to say, but I guess you live and learn, don't you? Yeah, it's an annoying one, but at least I was prepared for it because it happened back in January. Roman Saiz as well, left on a free. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode. Sociedad or Real San Sebastian in the game offered him a contract. I wasn't too bothered about keeping hold of him because I didn't really see a future for him, so I was just happy to let him go on a free and get him off the wage bill. There has been a few more players that have left, but I'm not going to really talk through them because it's players that have gone for such little fees or just on frees, players that no one really cares about. With Dion Sanderson, a player that did actually leave us for money. Not the worst player in the world, but again, a player that didn't really have a future. He was kind of a championship quality player, potentially a Premier League quality player in the future, and with the players that are ahead of him, I just had no place for him. He's gone to Derby for $3 million. I think it's a good deal for all parties. Again, another player that is of no real interest was out on loan last season, Rafa Mir. He's gone to Stoke, I think 5.5 million, is it? Yeah, 5.5 million, potentially rising to 6.75 with add-ons. Again, another player, never had any place in my team, and just one that I wanted to get off the books. And it was just nice to get a hefty, well, not hefty chunk, a decent chunk of money for a player that I had no use for. And the final real sale that I've made, Owen Otasoe, American 20-year-old defender, is out on loan last season. He's gone to Leeds and he's gone for a guaranteed 7.5 million. So again, can't really complain. Another player, no future at the club, 2-star current ability. I think he had 3-star potential, so it's kind of just bordering on a Premier League quality player. So yeah, I'm just happy to get the money for him. So that's enough with the outs, and let's talk about the ins. And I signed a 37-year-old Jose Fonte. Font, is it? I'm not really sure. To be honest, no use for this guy at all. I just basically brought him in as an emergency backup, pretty much at centre-back, if needed. Obviously, I do have the club culture of signing Portuguese players, and the board were kicking off at me for not signing enough Portuguese players. They've been trying to cancel deals left, right and centre, so I just thought I'd please them, bring in a player in a position that I needed after losing Willy Bolly. And to be honest, if anything, he's just a good kind of mentor to some of the younger players. He's just a good, experienced head, a good leader, so he'll be useful in those kind of rotation matches, cup games against lesser opposition. Just a good player to have around the club. And he was free, and he's only costing me $22,500 a week on a 1-year contract. Not the worst. Now this is a transfer that I'm I'm probably regretting a little bit. Again, Vitor Ferreira obviously was on loan last season. He did all right, to be fair. He played 24 times for me. Was it 24 times for me he played in the league? Yeah, played for me 24 times in the league. Average rating of 6.69. Nothing spectacular, but was a good kind of backup rotation option. Again, young Portuguese, obviously club culture. The board want me to sign Portuguese players. I did have because he was on loan last season, Wolves had a pre-agreed fee of 18.25 million for him. You can see there, I just paid it. Again, I was looking at all the different Portuguese players I could get, and my only real option are young players that are way overpriced, or first-team Portuguese internationals that have no room to grow that I can afford and aren't really that great. So this guy he fit the bill. 18.25 million. If he wasn't Portuguese, I would have never signed him, not in a million years. But he's still got 5-star potential, still got plenty of room to grow, and just a good backup option. And I mentioned the board blocking transfers. One of the transfers that they blocked was Ait Nouri, and I couldn't sign him. I tried signing him many times for 20 million, the previously agreed fee. They weren't having any of it. And then Angers just would not accept anything near 20 million once his loan spell had expired. And then I found this guy, Lucas Olaza, Uruguayan 27-year-old left back, obviously going to play left wing back. I mean, just look at him. How is this guy considered 2.5 stars? I mean, he's fantastic. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's so well rounded. I mean, he could, in theory, pretty much play anywhere on the pitch if he wanted to. I could train him to be a striker. He's got good attributes for a striker. Good dribbling, decent dribbling, finishing, first touch, technique. He's not got a single technical below 12. He's not got a single attribute below 10. And do you know how much this guy cost me? That's right, 2.3 million. He cost me 2.3 million. Spent last season on loan in La Liga. I mean, he did only get a 6.76 average rating, but when I just saw those attributes, and I was like, how can I not sign him for 2.6 million? And the chances are, or 2.3 million, he's most likely going to be my starting left back for probably the entire season. And now the real replacement for Willy Bolly, not Jose Font, this guy, Bremer, 24-year-old Brazilian. I think he looks solid, very solid. Decent passing on him, not the best passing, but 11 passing is not too bad for that ball-playing defender. I can try and, train him to get it up a little bit. But all in all, a pretty solid defender for 3.5 star current ability, and cost me just £11 million from Torino in Serie A. So regular in Serie A last season, unsurprisingly, given how good he is. And he's come straight in as my best centre-back. And one area last season that I felt we really did lack depth was central midfielder, specifically box-to-box midfielder, and this guy, he just fits the bill. Remo Freuler, 29-year-old Swiss international, 34 caps for them. Just a very well-rounded player. Again, I just think he'll be a very good box-to-box midfielder. Obviously, Dendoncker currently has the starting box-to-box midfielder role, and, well, this guy may just get in ahead of him. This guy, I think, attacking-wise, he's better than Dendoncker, but Dendoncker's a little bit better defensively. But it just gives me that opportunity to rotate, because I didn't really have a backup box-to-box midfielder last season. To get this guy in for £5.5 million from Atalanta, sorry. Yeah, really pleased with that one. We've got one more signing, and you may have heard of him. And that player, 20-year-old Hungarian wonderkid Dominik
Szoboszlai.
Thank you, Frankie. Mail from Hungary on forvo.com/word/
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai. I realised after I signed him, I had absolutely no idea how to pronounce his name. If you haven't heard of this guy, have you been living under a rock recently? I mean, he's just doing absolutely fantastically. Still currently playing for Red Bull Salzburg over in Austria, but I mean, he's just doing so well for them. I'll be very surprised if he's still there in real life come January. And we signed him for just £11.5 million. I think it was about 7 million up front and 4 million or 3.5 million or 4.5 million. 4.5 million? 4.5 million. Something along those lines in future instalments. And I think this guy is just absolutely fantastic. Interestingly, when I scouted him, he had 5-star potential ability. Then I signed him and he's 3.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. But he's classed as a wonder kid and he is very, very good. Quite versatile as well, can play on either wing if needed, but ultimately he will be used in the middle as in that advanced playmaker role. Obviously, Moutinho's getting on, and then we've got Almada, obviously back from loan. He was at Frankfurt last season after I signed him the season in summer last year, and then they've got this guy as well, and now my midfield is looking very, very stacked. If we actually go over and kind of have a quick look at the squad depth, we've got plenty of options. Don't really have a backup goalkeeper, which is a little bit annoying, but you can see quite well rounded now. I mean, I'm not too sure about this 2.5-star rating still for this guy. I mean, he's so good. Every time I look at him, I'm just like, he's absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the squad all in all. There's still room to bring in a couple more players if needed. A winger is someone that I'm definitely looking for. But obviously, we've got Almada who can play on the wings if needed. Soboslai, obviously just come in, he can play on the left and can play on the right if absolutely needed. But in midfield, I think we're looking very, very solid. Plenty of very, very good players now that can play in central midfield. And I'm looking forward to the season. And speaking of starting the season, that is what we are going to do right now. Crystal Palace at home, our first opponents this year. Obviously, I've not got anyone in there at the moment. So let's see, what does my assistant reckon? He wants to start Johnny at left wing back. Not a chance. Where are you? You're unregistered. Oh God, he's unregistered. Oh no. Oh God, what is? Oh God, I'm bottling it. I am absolutely bottling it. Quick, register. God, I hope I've got space for him in the squad. If I can't register him, I am going to look like an absolute mug. We'll go with. I'm going to look like a mug. I've not even registered Soboslai. Almada's not in. Oh my goodness, what am I playing? Almada doesn't need to be in. He's under 21. Neither does Soboslai. He's under 21 as well. Oh God, what am I playing at? There we go. Alaza, you are in. Oh God, I just hope his confirmation papers have gone through. Let's see. Can he play? Can he play? Yes, he can. Does my assistant change his mind? No, he does not. Still sticking with the other guy, Ozala. You're getting in at left with. Oh, bloody hell, that was far too much drama. And interestingly, he wants to play Freuler at box to box, advanced playmaker, and Soboslai at box to box. But I'm going to switch them round. And then Brian Ricketts, the imaginary goalkeeper, you're going to come off. Pedence can come on. And interesting that he doesn't want to start João Moutinho, which, to be fair, I think I actually am going to do. Bring on Soboslai off the bench later on in the game. But the lineup for our first game of the season is Patricio in goal, Kilman and Cody at the back with Neves just in front of them, Alaza left wing back, Semedo right wing back, Moutinho and Freuler in the middle, Lee Kang in on the left, Traore on the right, and Jimenez up top as that lone striker. Obviously, he won the Golden Boot last season. Did Jimenez in the Premier League. So hopefully he can do that yet again. And we're sticking with 3D as well, by the way, before it gets into the game. I think when I go into my actual main save, I'll switch back to 2D. But I'm just enjoying the change, playing in 3D for once, although it does annoy me that every single time it zooms out. If anyone's interested in what my camera settings are, it's TV, lowest camera height, highest camera zoom. But we do actually have a highlight straight from the off. Alaza looking to make an instant impact. Lee Kang in plays about to me, cutting inside to Raul Jimenez. Moutinho, great ball through to Lee Kang in. We take an early lead. I think he's onside. I can't see the linesman. It doesn't look like he's flagging. Nothing to say he's offside. We definitely have a 1-goal lead just 30 seconds in. And that was a quick start. João Moutinho showing me why I was right to start him. An inch perfect through ball to Lee Kang in. And he kicks off the season with a goal, and straight away another highlight. Alaza throws it in, Moutinho picks it up, pulls it across to Semedo. That is a fantastic block, because if that block did not come in, that was 100% going into the back of the net. The keeper was nowhere near it, but we have started hot. Alright, Semedo with a throw-in out on this right-hand side. Plays it inside to Freuler on his debut, gets dispossessed by Sandro, bearing down on goals. A man covering, he gets the shot off, but it's a weak shot straight at Rui Patricio. And that is a very, very straightforward save for the Portuguese international goalkeeper. There's 18 minutes on the clock. Semedo with a throw-in. Once again out on this right-hand side. Unsurprising, as he is playing right back. He's not going to be taking a throw from the left-hand side, really, is he? Raul. Jimenez. I don't know why it took so long to say his surname, but what a ball, what a goal. João Moutinho, what a player, what a player. I'm going to miss him when he eventually retires. Obviously, he's about 35 years old now, so I don't think he's got many more years in him before the new players start to take over. And this time it's Lee Kang-in setting up Moutinho, the reverse of the goal that opened the scoring 18 minutes in with 2-0 up. Right, Semedo once again starting off the highlight with a throw-in. Traore plays it back to him. Semedo, cross is clear, but only as far as Neves heads it back in. It's headed out to Semedo by the Palace defender, and the cross is headed over the bar from Jimenez. He'll be frustrated not to have hit the target there. It seemed like quite a good opportunity, but he couldn't hit the target. So throw-in is cleared by Palace. Goes back to the centre-back, who just lumps it forward, and that's just gone straight to the feet of Kilman. Forward to Neves, to Freuler. What can he do with it here? Great ball out to Semedo on this right-hand side. Can he beat his man? Tries to get a cross in, but it's blocked. But Traore is going to use his pace and get there before the Palace man with ease. Now Semedo. Back to Neves. To Traore. Semedo's got so much space out on this right-hand side as Neves picks him out. Plays the ball in, it's deflected. Moutinho back to Freuler. And then the shot is saved. I don't know why it took me so long to get those words out. But this has been a fantastic performance. Moutinho's going to take the corner. It's headed clear, not the best corner. You've got to beat the first man. And Olaza, I guess that's why you only cost me £2.3 million if you can't even keep the ball in play. But time is ticking away, and there we go. Half time, a fantastic first half. Palace not at the races at all. 0.08 expected goals for them. 30% possession for Palace. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to say I'm happy with the way that things are going. Keep it up as we get into this second half. And hopefully, it's just going to be plain sailing from here on out as Rui Patricio starting off this highlight with a goal kick. He plays it short to Neves and back to Patricio. Now Kilman. Back to Patricio. What's he going to do with it here? To Kilman. Also, I don't think I've mentioned the new centre-back that I signed. He does have a little bit of a knock, which is why he's not actually playing today's game. I've not accidentally started Cody and Kilman ahead of my best centre-back. He is actually a little bit injured. But anyway, enough talking about my new centre-back, whose name I've forgotten. Bremer, I think his name is. As Palace are actually holding the ball quite nicely here. That's a great ball to Zaha. What's he going to do? That's a fantastic finish from a tight angle. Poor goalkeeper. We've just fallen asleep as well. I mean, that was just too easy. Just gave him plenty of time. Allowed him to pick the pass, and Zaha just got in behind our defence. Defenders asleep. I mean, first time finish, and then Patricio should not be getting beaten at that near post like that. Oh, and just like that, Palace have got a way back into this game after they've showed absolutely nothing so far. It's been all Wolves. Come on, Lee Kang-in driving forward. It's a good tackle. But the tackle only goes as far as Jimenez. And now Olaza out on this left-hand side. What can he do? What a ball. Raul Jimenez heads it off the crossbar. That was a fantastic ball. A beautiful glancing header from Jimenez. And so close to doubling our advantage. And now Palace coming down this right-hand side with Sandro. And that was not the best tackle I've seen from Ruben Neves. That is safe to say. Çalhanoğlu is going to take the free kick. And, Patricio, I don't know if he tried to punch that, but it was an interesting one. It looked like he tried to catch it, but I'm guessing that was just a dodgy animation. He did mean to punch it away. With 25 minutes to go, Moutinho over the free kick. Looking for Traore at that back post, and Semedo just gets there ahead of Zaha. Zaha had got there first. That could have been dangerous. Lee Kang-in looking for his second goal of the game, and he gets it. Regain that 2-goal advantage. Lee Kang-in with one of his best performances in a Wolves shirt. I'm hoping to see a lot more from him this season. He was a little bit disappointing for me last season, but he started to come into it a little bit towards like the second half of the season, and he started off this season hot. Lovely little finish into the corner, and I think it's time to make some changes. João Moutinho, come off. Let's give Szoboszlai his debut. Let's get Fabio Silva up top as well. Jimenez not having the best game of his career, it's safe to say. Not having the worst, but he's not been able to bury any of the opportunities that have come his way, so might as well give Fabio Silva a little bit of a run out. But we're just 10 minutes on the clock. It's looking like Palace, surely they're not going to get 2 goals back here, as time is just ticking away. No opportunities really for Palace. We're nearly at injury time. We've got a free kick. Alaza headed over the bar by Fabio Silva, Adama Traore. Not really sure which one it was, but just 2 minutes left of injury time. Time is ticking away, and there we go. Ultimately, a pretty comfortable win to kick off the season. João Moutinho with the man of the match. Unsurprisingly, very good performance from him. Lee Kangin probably feels a little bit robbed. 2 goals and an assist for him. And Moutinho gets the man of the match. He's not going to be happy, but I'm just going to say, tell the boys I'm very happy with the way that they played. Good stuff. And where does that leave us in the table early on? Oh, top of the league. Stop the count. End the season there. We are Premier League champions. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Right. So, next episode. So, the Champions Cup. We enter the group stage. Why did I just call it the Champions Cup? It's the Champions League. We enter the group stage on the 14th of September, which is around here. So, I think that probably gives us a good little rest. So what's that, 4 games, and then there'll probably be the Champions League game and then the Man United game. I think that'll be a good episode next up. But anyway, that is where I'm going to finish off today's episode. As always, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please do be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
What we do here is go back. Loud.